Everything's dead. Everything.
They're all dead? This one has blue light on, though. At least the live's going.
Leave it to you, Eric.
Hey.
Find the silver linings. That's HDMI. It's a USB. No. Fuck, bro. I need to be able to charge one of these.
Only 2 of them are. What about this one? What about this one? This one's good.
Yeah, that one. See that? Yeah, we have one that's good.
But can you just use it while it's charging or not?
I can't charge it.
What about this one?
That's the receiver.
Oh. And that's dead too.
Yeah, that shit's dead as fuck.
What about in there? You think there's this thing in there?
Maybe.
Well, we can probably share one.
But that's so ass.
We can share one, bro. My name's Martin Bernstein, and I'm here at the Derby Day for Macalester College men's soccer. You think they can hear me?
I don't know. I can't say.
Hey, if anybody's watching, let's get something in the chat if you can hear us, please. I don't see any chat.
Alright, can you move it up? This thing go like up.
Oh, did somebody chat?
Ooh, Nico's there.
Who chatted?
Talking to the mic, see if it gets.
Oh, they
louder.
can hear us. They can hear us.
But it's not getting any louder. I don't even think that this is connected.
But he can hear us. He can hear us.
Alright. We'll just talk.
Welcome, viewers. Here we are on a beautiful night in St. Paul, Minnesota. Today we have the home opener for the Macalester White Squirrels versus the Carleton Knights. I expect a very, very competitive game here. It's the opening match for both teams. We're just counting down the final 2 minutes before we get this game underway. It's a beautiful, beautiful night here, as I mentioned. Stunning crowd. And it's going to be good. It looks like the captains have taken the field, and they're with the referee deciding which way each opponent's going to be going. I'm Eric Wentz alongside here with Martin Bernstein. And I'm excited to get the season rolling, the 2025 season. We have high expectations for the White Squirrels. Tons of returning players. Should be a fun one. What do you say, Martin?
Eric, happy to be here today. This rivalry runs deep between these two teams. The two great schools of Minnesota. They face off in anything from football to basketball to ultimate frisbee, and now to you for club soccer. So we're pretty thrilled about this one. Yeah, not much else to go with right now. The teams are just kind of getting warmed up.
And we'll have the starters here in just a minute.
I gotta find a way to charge. It's on now.
Please do stay with us tonight as we are experiencing a couple of technical difficulties. We will try to get those smoothed over as soon as possible. But for now, we just enjoy the peace and quiet before a competitive football match. Both teams huddling up. Should be in for a rather awesome night. We see Carleton break it down as they sprint to take the field. Carleton is in the white. Macalester, of course, in the blue.
All right, yeah, that one works. Fully.
See these stands fill up as the game goes on. We're expecting a pretty good turnout.
Beautiful Macalester in the distance.
Calm night. You see the flag in the distance as well. There's no wind whatsoever. Shout out to our baseball team there in the back practicing preseason. And here come the Squirrels. We're getting fired up. And we'll come at you with the starters in just a second. Here we are up top. It looks like we have number 9, Sanjeet Devi-Dayal, alongside number 11, Milo Clarkson, running the attacking spots. Just behind him in the bright red cleats, it looks like we have a Jefferson Kunin, who should be running the center for the Scots. Coming here on the left wing, our near side, we have number 7, a senior, Adrian Huang. And then you see back there in the distance, our goalkeeper in the orange, Jackson Powers, hailing all the way from Madison, Wisconsin. Fun fact about Jackson is he's actually ambidextrous. Very, very good talent to have in a goalkeeper. And another player in the middle, we have number 21, Austin Flatness. Coming back here in the looks to be the left back spot is captain Bruno Guiduli, coming from Westport, Connecticut.
I mean, Bruno's a seasoned vet. I mean, Bruno's been in this. Bruno basically is the one who made this team happen. And it's great to see his vision turn out so successful. And it's been really fun for us watching this team form and watching the selective process and the finally picked through people of this team. And I think we're all pretty amped up, to say the least, to see how this game goes.
Looks like Macalester is set up in a 3-5-2 formation with, as I mentioned before, Clarkson and Devi-Dayal up at the top. The 4 midfielders, number 7, Adrian Huang, number 17, Jefferson Kunin. Over on the right side, I can't exactly see who might be over there for us. Number 22, Theo Darcy Meyer. Theo actually played on the varsity soccer team as a freshman, and we should expect an instant impact from him right away. Along with Milo, they were former teammates for the varsity team. Just going up to the center of the pitch looks to be another captain, Riley Wood, back there at center back next to Bruno. And over there in the back right side, I can't exactly see, but it looks to be a freshman, Alex Dallas, making the start for the Squirrels. And now we're off and running.
All right, we are underway. First ball up top. Theo chases. It's going to be cleared out by Carleton. Carleton through the middle, unlucky.
I expect Jeff to really take control of this center area today. He's really done a good job, calming down the Squirrels in past matches. Here we go. It's played in by just a bit of the outstretched foot of Darcy Meyer. Guiduli saw him running on the far side, and we have the first goal kick of the 2025 season.
It's an aggressive start for Macalester. We saw pressing high. We saw nicely threaded passes. So we're looking forward to seeing how the rest of this game goes now. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Macalester White Squirrels facing off against the Carleton club soccer team of Carleton College. These are 2 foes of Minnesota, battling both in academics as well as athletics. This should be an exciting show.
Seems like Carleton's having a little bit of trouble corralling the ball here for the goal kick. So we'll see if we can't get things underway here. We'd think we'd have a spare ball, but as we see, here we go, tee off for the goal kick. Carleton College takes their first offensive possession of the 2025 season. And here's Martin with the starters.
So for Carleton, we've got players Edward Murata, Patrick Moran, Maxwell Abando, Will Lankanau, Johnny Chang, Hira Brady, Daniel Yan, Nick Foley, Matt Murashij, Simon Peterson, Saul Zeese, Grant Witter, Theo Thomason, Edgar Laredo, Nolan Belknap, and Austin Flam. They've got 3 previous collegiate players from the Carleton team, so it should be a fun matchup. We've got some previous varsity players from Macalester as well as from Carleton.
We should see some excellent skill on display tonight. As Martin just mentioned, we have 5 former varsity athletes on the pitch tonight. You know, I would expect some really quality football here tonight. Let's see if we can't get this thing rolling. Looks like the clock still hasn't started up, but hopefully from here on out we get a bit of some unpaused football for you all watching at home. Martin, what are you excited to see here tonight?
You know, tonight I was a frequent flyer for the Macalester White Squirrels last year, and it was fun seeing their team develop and watch their chemistry build over these fall months. And I'm very excited to see how they can kind of put it together today. I think a player to look out for is Bruno Guiduli. I think he's strong in the backfield, and I think he's going to be really strong in breaking passes out coming through the middle.
And here we are. It looks like the kick is underway. Carleton sends it into the middle. Number 8 runs it down, and then Theo Darcy Meyer will now take the throw in for Macalester. You know, Martin, I liked what you said about Bruno. I think he does a really good job. He seems to have a calming presence on the pitch, as well as that he's a good captain off the field. You know, I was told that they had a team barbecue last night. I think they were going to talk some scheme, talk some tactics. Let's see if that comes to fruition today.
Dribbling around in the backfield now is Macalester.
There it is, over to Guiduli. Looks like he's taking it up the middle. There it is, over to the right side. Darcy Meyer's going to take a touch. Back into the backfield. Carleton's not pressing all too high, so it looks like Macalester is going to have just about everything they want if they want to play it back to their defense. Let's see if they can take a couple of chances. I think it is. Here's the roster, Mr. Bernstein. Guiduli slots it up to Cunin. Cunin takes a nice touch, and it's stolen away. Here we go. Number 10 for Macalester. Plays it up to number 11. I'm going to correct myself earlier. We actually also have 3 former varsity athletes. Seems to be they're all on the field here. Guiduli steals it away from the Carleton kin over to Darcy Meyer on the right side. Slots a ball up. Davey Dial is getting the burners on, and it looks to be just out of reach. No, he keeps it in bounds. Number 4 for Carleton does well. And here we are for another goal kick.
Number 4 is Patrick Moran with the tackle.
Patrick Moran with the tackle. You know, really impressive to keep Davey Dial off the ball. Once he gets it there, he's dangerous in that scoring position, as we just saw that speed up ahead. Clarkson with the pressure. Macalester seems to be doing a bit of a different attacking pressure style. They seem to be up and in Carleton's grill.
A strong tackle now.
Carleton retains possession just to Riley Wood in the backfield. Here we go, number 11 for Carleton. Slots it to Guiduli. Guiduli just seems to be everywhere right now. Taking his time up the pitch.
You know, it's really fun. Bruno, Captain Guiduli, he actually started as a practice player for the men's varsity team. And
Did he?
He said, that's not enough action for me, and that's sort of where this whole idea came to fruition.
And see, I didn't even know that, Martin. The more you learn and the more you'll know. Guiduli, obviously a very talented player. I did not know that he was a practice player. So that's very impressive on his behalf. And then, as you said, he did all the logistics of starting this club up on his team. Here we go, Carleton with the free kick. Guiduli with the header back to the goalkeeper. We'll take a pause here.
Jackson Powers gets his first touch of the night. He's a new addition to the Squirrels. He's proved to be very strong in the preseason, so we're really looking forward to what he can do for this team.
Here we go. JJ seems to be having very strong technical skills.
We've seen a lot of play on the right side of the field so far, so we're gonna see if they'll switch it at some point. But Macalester seems this game seems pretty even so far.
Up to Clarkson in the middle. He takes a nice touch rapidly over to Cunin. Cunin over to Wong on the left side. Takes his time up to Clarkson on the left side, and he's stopped there. by the Carleton right back. Number 11 from Carleton is who?
Saul Zeese.
Saul Zeese plays a nice, a strong tackle from Riley Wood. He doesn't seem to like the call, but I am in agreement with the official there. That seemed to be a lot of contact.
It was an aggressive approach, but it will be broken up.
I like to see that sort of style of play early in the season, though, Martin. What do you think?
I agree. I think showing a little bit of aggression, a little nudge and a push there, I think that can, that can keep the team off for future offense.
I agree. Setting the tone early is always a strong plan. We actually have a varsity women's soccer player in attendance. Center back Becky Mulcahy is here to actually watch the White Squirrels in action. So we'll see what she thinks. Maybe we'll get a halftime report with her.
Saul Zeese on the free kick.
Just over the right top, and he hits the crossbar.
He may have beaten the goalkeeper, but he didn't beat the post.
Powers was not going to be able to get a finger there, so I'm just glad that the woodwork did the trick there, because otherwise Macalester would have been down 1-0 early in this eye-opener.
Now Macalester coming out of the back. See what they can do on the counter.
I mentioned before, doesn't seem to be a whole lot of pressure from Carleton. Over to Wong here on the left side. Wong takes his time, surveys, back to Wood in the backfield. Here we go into the back right, back to Wood. He's taking his time, surveying. A run on the far side. Cunin slots it over. Nothing going for Macalester there. Strong tackle, strong challenge from our right back, who we still can't seem to nail down on the roster.
It's a foot race.
It's a foot race. Wong chases. And we got a nice strong tackle from number 7. And he keeps the dribble alive. Wong up to Clarkson. Misses the touch, but it's going to be a Macalester throw-in on the left side.
Macalester strong in the counter there. A great tackle from Adrian, leaving it all the way up the sideline.
And there it is, number 3 back there, Alex Dallas. Freshman getting the start for Macalester tonight.
Alex is from Alexandria, Virginia.
Currently undeclared. And Davey Dial surveys.
And one fun fact about Alex is that he had a fully grown rat tail until he was 13.
And aren't we glad to see that one gone? Oh, am I right, Martin? Here we go. Darcy surveys. Plays a dangerous ball in the middle. And Cunin gets a nice touch, but it seems to be knocked down by the Carleton right back, who clears over to number 11.
That ball is
strong header by Riley Wood.
Fielded by Riley. Aggressive impresses Macalester.
I really like to see Macalester pressing. They have a large amount of reserves there on the backfield, so I think it's going to be strong and in Macalester's favor to be up in the grill of Carleton tonight. As you see over on the benches, we have double-digit reserves compared to Carleton's 4.
If there are any technical difficulties at home, please feel free to shoot a text into the chat on this YouTube Live, and we will take care of those. Hopefully all sound and video is working well for everyone, and we thank you again for being here.
Austin Flatness gets it poked away, but Macalester still retains possession. Him and Wong are going to decide on the throw-in. Wong decides to take it. Number 7 up the side to Clarkson. Missed touch, and it's out of bounds.
I think Milo's just waiting for his through ball now.
Number 14, Nick Foley on the tackle. Up to number 11, Saul Zeese.
Saul Zeese has been active this game. He's had a lot of touches. It's been fun to see him work his way up the field.
Look for number 19, Matt Murashige. He's been having a nice couple of runs tonight. Carl just doesn't seem to be able to connect with him. Back to Flatness. Flatness plays it over to Dallas there on the right side. Takes his time. Cunin in the center. I'd like to see him be a bit more creative here. Nice touch by Clarkson. Back to Cunin. They seem to have a real connection going. Back to Wood. Wood plays it over to Dallas. Takes his time. I've been impressed with Dallas tonight for being a freshman. He seems to have some very, very competitive soccer background in his past.
And it's fun seeing these guys from the Macalester varsity team who are making their way out. And
Wong makes a cut. Just
they may have
cleared
gotten
out.
some minutes on that team. It is fun to see them take a very active role on this one. Now through the middle is Bruno threading, kneading,
Paduli takes his time. Nice touch just off to JJ. Plays it into Clarkson. Clarkson's going to have a chance on goal, and he's offsides.
Now that one was close.
Strong run, you know. I'm glad they don't have me holding the flag up over there because I thought he was onside. Macalester faithful seems to be enjoying the calm Macalester night. Rolling in with some pretty good numbers for this opening crowd. Guduli makes a strong tackle. Up to Wong. They've seemingly had a nice connection tonight.
Austin Flatness with a great tackle.
Oh,
trying
wow.
to keep this ball
Oh, my
alive.
gosh, and he almost kept it in. And it's going to be a Macalester throw-in. Well done by Flatness there.
Some fun things about this. I had a chance to sit with the team before they took the field, and it was really fun seeing camaraderie of this team and just seeing the overall mentality. You can tell it's a positive environment, but it's also driven by competition.
Austin Flam throws it in. Up to number 11, Zeese. Takes a touch. Guduli's on the chase. Drops it back down to number 19, Matt Musharige. I'm sorry. Carleton retains possession. Number 11, Zeese with the throw-in. They seem to really enjoy this right side. That combination of Musharige and Zeese seems to be their power play. Number 14 is Nick Foley.
Nick Foley's having a strong start so far as well. He's putting pressure on Macalester all the way down the field.
Flatness to Cunin. Cunin surveys. Back to Guduli. Guduli always poised back there, and that's what you really want in a defenseman. Oh, Cunin gives a nice shifty move.
Jeff down the field.
Takes it, and then there's another Carleton defender there. Took two of the Knights to take down Cunin.
He was strong last year. Eric, tell me a little bit about his skill development in the last year.
It seems like Cunin's really taken it seriously this offseason. Obviously a starter for Macalester last year, but, he seems to really be their focal point, almost their point guard, if you will, playing the ball through the center to him and really letting him make decisions. Again, we have Clarkson and David Dial up top for finishing purposes, but I'd really like to see Cunin, take maybe one or two less dribbles and try and play them a couple of deep balls and really let that skill shine through.
A strong tackle there from Carleton. We've got a man down. He's getting
man
up slowly.
Down. It looks to be a Darcy Meyer who popped up, and now he's going to take the free kick. Let's see what he can do with this.
Theo Darcy Meyer is dangerous from a spot like this and putting it to the head of an offense.
Macalester sets up their set piece. Let's see what they've been working on this offseason. In by Darcy Meyer. Threaded to the head of Davy Dial. Off the frame. Headed out by Macalester. And Carleton's on the attack. Zeese takes the touch. Looks like he's going to play it deep. Oh, my gosh. The defender's gotten behind. Oh, passes it over to Zeese, and he slots it in for the first goal of the 2025 season. A misplay over the head of Riley Wood, and Zeese finds the back of the net with no problem.
That's a fantastic goal.
That's
well
a good
played
goal.
Through the middle.
They got Macalester off their line a little bit there.
And I think it's worth noting the unselfishness.
Yeah.
Pass that ball away in front of goal. I think just knowing that will give you a better shot at scoring. So that leaves the score. Carleton 1, Macalester 0.
Martin, I like that you mentioned that, giving up a good shot for a great one. We really let the goalie, out to dry there. Jackson Powers didn't have much to do there, stopping a 2-on-1 fast break. Looks like we have some subs in for the Scots. Number 12, Xander Little seems to come in. You can see his blue bandana giving chase. Lytle, sorry. Over to Wong. Lytle makes a nice touch. Wong, shifty move. Number 14, that's Nick Foley for Carleton. Here we go, up again to Zeese on the right side again. Wood giving chase. He's been physical all night, Wood. Both of his shin guards have seemed to fall out. Wood surveys.
can see Macalester's playing with a little bit of tension now. They were a bit calm, cool, and collected in the beginning, but now you can see that goal will kind of spring them into action. Let's see what sort of response they have here.
Sliding tackle from Carleton, giving chase. Oh, and he's strong. He still has it. One-man wrecking crew out there. I can't see it. Seems to be number 8, Daniel Yan. See if we can get a little bit more action from number 8, Yan, in these upcoming moments.
Just a brief shout out to Alex Dallas. He's been strong there. Alex Dallas is a freshman out of Alexandria, Virginia. We've already spoken a little bit about him, but I think we're going to be impressed to see what he can do this game in the backfield.
Not to mention the next 4 years. He's still a freshman. I think he's going to have a promising career as a White Squirrel. Another sub comes in, and Ethan Cantu, number 13, hailing all the way from Zambia. He's a mathematics and economics major. Let's see if Ethan up top can make some noise happen for the Macalester. Drops it back, number 4. Here we go, number 8, Yan. Takes his time. Threaded in. JJ takes a nice Lytle with the tackle. Cunin slots it over to Clarkson on the right side. Takes his time, surveys. A nifty move from Clarkson. Slots it right into the middle. JJ takes his time. Over to Cunin in the center. Just can't get the shot away. You know, I'd like to see a bit more communication from the Scots tonight.
Yeah, you can tell that they're a little bit flustered after that opening goal. But you can also, I think there's certainly palpable chemistry through the middle. So let's just see if they can keep it there. Because anytime they've gone to the side so far, it seems like they've either underplayed or overplayed each other. So let's just see. A high press now from Ethan Cantu.
Cantu gives chase. He's just come off the bench with a boatload of energy. And like I said before, that's going to be really the Scots' key to victory tonight. If we look over yonder, just the sheer amount of numbers they have in those reserve jerseys is tripling Carleton's. So if I had any advice to the Scots right now, I would say keep that pressure high, and as the game goes on, we'll see a couple of goals go in. Goal kick for Carleton now. Everybody there back home, thanks for joining us. You know, it's just a beautiful night here in St. Paul. We actually had a bit of a cold spell last week, so I'm glad that, you know, it ended up being a nice night. Beautiful night for the Squirrels to kick off. A high lofting ball in the middle, and Lytle comes out of nowhere to head that one down. The Carleton goalie is going to give chase. Rolls it out. A deep play. And there we are with Dallas again, a strong header. I've been really impressed with Dallas tonight. He's done a fantastic job just staying poised in the back. Carleton seemingly having their most comfortable possession of the night so far. Swinging it around from side to side, still in the back. Here we go, slots it through the middle. Dallas gives chase. Number 15 for Carleton, Maxwell Obando, is taken down by Dallas from Macalester. Obando is not a freshman here. He's been playing on the club team for a couple of years now. Drops it back. Here we are with Obando again. Up to seems to be stuck on that far sideline. See if we can get a bit of a clearance here. There we are, right on cue. Dallas with a nice touch. Strong with the ball. Lytle drops it back to Guiduli. Let's see if we can get some things cooking now. Guiduli taking his space up to Lytle in the midfield. Lytle drops it off to Wong. Wood in the back. Swings it over to Dallas on the far side. There we go, up to Clarkson. Let's see if Clarkson can make some magic happen. Oh, man, a shifty move from JJ. Can't really take the ball from him very easily. One of those former varsity players for the Scots. Expect JJ to have some nifty footwork. Carleton giving the counterattack. Here we are. Slots a ball over the middle. Guiduli clears with his head. Seems to me that we have our second microphone up and running.
Is
So
this thing on? Oh yeah, that's good.
hopefully we can get a bit more commentary. Lytle with Chase. Cantu gives up on it. It's just a bit out of his reach.
Now, if you're just joining us, we're 20 minutes into this first half. Carleton leads 1 to Macalester 0.
And, I'd say it's been a pretty even game so far. Macalester really just got caught off their line once with a beautiful ball over the top. And here we are with some subs. First time subbing in. Here we are on the close sideline, number 14, Emmett DeGennaro. Emmett comes to us from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And fun fact about Emmett, he has 11 toes. That might actually give him an advantage here tonight. Haha, Martin.
It does appear that way. Also, as a substitution, we have Joaquin Ochoki. He's a sophomore from the Twin Cities.
So we have a bit of Twin Cities connection here. Let's see if they can get something rolling for us. A lofting kick with Dooley takes one to the head. JJ keeps it in the air.
Macalester does seem to have control in this middle area.
Number 10 slots it over to number 11. Number 11 for Carleton is Saul Zeese.
Saul Zeese is having a strong night tonight.
He has been making some awfully good runs. Cantu gives chase. Physical player Cantu. You can see he's got a stocky build. I would not want to get in front of him running full speed.
No, let's have a conversation about some of these other sports that these Macalester athletes are playing.
Theo Thomason passes it over. And there's Dallas. Can't get away from it. And it's through Wood.
As far as dual athletes, we've got Joaquin, who plays club hockey as well. We've got Austin Flatness, who's a member of the Macalester Flat Earth Ultimate Frisbee team. And Ethan Cantu is a member of the Macalester rugby team. These guys they're staying fit on every end of it, And you're going to start to see that, especially from Ethan up front.
Oh man, it's a far left side run. Let's see if number 14 can track it down.
That would be Emmett DeGennaro.
Questionable touch there from DeGennaro. I would have liked to see him control that a bit more and take his space. He thought he had Cantu on the run, but looks like they just didn't have the right connection.
That'll leave us with the Macalester throw-in. Riley Wood coming up to take it.
Wood's got some strength on those throw-ins. Let's see what he can cook up here. Decides to throw it all the way into the middle, an absolute laser beam. Carleton clears no issue. Oh, man, what a strong tackle over there.
It's a foot race on the ball.
Carleton drops it back. Here we are. Number 21, Theo Thomason.
We've done a lot of talking about Macalester so far, but I think it's worth talking about how Carleton's been playing through this first 22 minutes.
Martin, I really agree with you.
I think what we can see from Carleton is strong attacks down the side and strong pressure across the half. In the opposition's half for Carleton, you haven't seen all too much pressing, but it doesn't appear as though they need to, because once we hit that center line, the Carleton team springs on the Macalester White Squirrels.
Here we have number 15, Obando, giving chase. He's on the right side with Peterson. They seem to be a nasty defensive combo for Carleton.
That ball goes out for a corner.
And Patrick Moran.
Macalester had 6 goals last year off corners alone.
6 goals, I think that's something they really like to hammer home in practice. Let's see if we can get one to open up the 2025 scoring season.
As far as height goes, it looks like Carleton's got us, but
Guduli makes his run into the middle.
Oh, a strong strike.
Dangerous kick, but it's going to be another corner kick from Macalester. Let's see if we can capitalize this time. I'd keep that away from number 4, Patrick Moran. He's got a year of varsity experience, and he seems to be pretty tough back there in the center.
A high ball into the middle.
Lofting kick. Guduli just can't get enough on the vertical jump. And here we go. Wood gives chase.
Riley Wood, after a mistake earlier, we'll see how he bounces back. He's been strong on the defensive front.
He's a captain for this White Squirrels team, so I would expect him to bounce back and then some.
Yep, no doubt. Just overplayed to Emmett DeGennaro. That ball will go out for a Carleton throw-in. Hopefully this gives Macalester a chance to take a breath and reset.
They've been trying to target DeGennaro early since he checked into this game. Maybe there's something that we like to see about him, getting a little skill mixed up in there.
and you can just hear Guduli barking at his teammates, getting people in their positions and hyping people up to give their best performance today.
And that's just what a good leader does, Martin. They can maybe be the best skilled. They might be the fastest, the strongest. I don't know if Guduli is any of those, but he sure as heck is the best communicator on this field. And I think that's something to be very, very, very thankful for if I was on this Scots team. I don't know where this Squirrels team would be without Bruno Guduli, captain. Ball seems to slip out of the throw-in. Here we go, JJ. As I mentioned, a former varsity player, seems to be very nifty with these skill moves.
He's
Over to
quick on
Cunin.
the first step.
Cunin takes his time. Oh, beautiful ball over to.
Field.
It seems to be misread by Darcy Meyer.
Oh.
Just misses the shot.
Unlucky strike from Darcy Meyer. He went for the left, and he just caught the top of the ball.
Seems to be the best chance Macalester's had tonight. I'd like to see if that Cunin-Darcy Meyer connection continues. A couple of more substitutes coming in for the Squirrels.
And I just can't echo enough how fun it's been to watch this team come up from nothing through the image, yes, of Bruno Guduli, and just seeing how it's blossomed into this beautiful program, one that has sponsors and one that promises longevity.
And, we talk a lot about Guduli, but it's really the help of the whole team.
No doubt.
I think there's 3 other captains on this team, one of them being Xander Lytle, another one being Riley Wood, and that 4th one is just slipping my mind, but I think it's an equal part. All of them have taken responsibility to not only get this schedule up and set.
Macalester looks for a strike.
Oh, man, that seemed to be a flying elbow, and that's a dirty tackle from number 19 from behind.
Number 19, that
Lucas
is
Cho.
He's out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
I don't think he liked that elbow that he caught to the face, but we got to remember that this is still early in the game. Macalester cannot afford any sort of bookings this early.
I couldn't agree more. Aggression, but not suspension.
Carleton center back seems to not really have his mind made up about where he wants to go with this goal kick. Slots it over, a beautiful high ball. The Wood, he's had his head on about 4, 5, 6, 7 of these balls tonight.
Yeah, Wood's a really strong defender. You have a lot of faith when you look back and you see Riley Wood and Bruno Guduli.
And here we go. Jackson Powers has kind of had a quiet night, but, that might be partially because of the strong Macalester defense. He hasn't really had to do much. Just that early goal, that was really not his fault.
Just snuck by him.
High ball over to the right side. Looks like number 15 for us, Ari Cohen. Ari Cohen comes to us from San Francisco.
Seems to be talking about playing more than one sport. Ari actually has over 10,000 trophies in Clash Royale. That's no small feat.
No, definitely not. Martin, I hear you have over 10,000. Is that right?
That is actually wrong. I'm shooting at about 9,300 right now.
Lytle gives chase.
There we go. Emma DeGennaro.
DeGennaro drops it back to Guduli. Guduli looking to switch fields. Takes his time. Slots a ball down the center. It's going to be a foot race.
Just long from Guduli.
Carleton keeper. I like the idea and aggression. Guduli seems to really have his nose for the ball tonight.
We'd like to see more of those sorts of chances go off. It's been a bit complacent on the Macalester end.
I would agree. Cease for Carleton. Wood again with anything but his foot stopping the ball.
There you go. Macalester's trying to string some passes together here.
Here we go. A nice whipping ball down the center.
They find Joaquin in the middle.
Joaquin Achoki seems to have a nice quick first step.
Here's Emmett now.
Emmett takes his time. Pump fakes. Over to Guduli in the center.
Skips a man.
Guduli back in the deep corner. Off to Emmett. Oh, a nice pump fake. Slots it down the center. It's cleared away by a Carleton head.
A fight for the ball now. We've got number 15, which is Ari Cohen, putting up a strong effort on that.
Oh, in the box now. Boxing out is what looks to be Cunin, although I can't see that far.
And now this ball is going to go out for another Macalester throw-in.
My mistake. We actually have Ochoki there boxing out in the box. Back there, Ochoki with the header.
That's cleared away.
And that's an easy save for the Carleton keeper, who also has had a pretty quiet night.
I will say the keeper hasn't been tested too much as of yet.
No.
We haven't seen many shots go off, although the ball has stayed in this half, in the Carleton half for the majority of the game.
Here we have a whistle.
We haven't seen as many chances as we'd like.
You know, this pace of play really seems to be playing to the favor of the Carleton Knights. Macalester taking some big swings and misses, but honestly, if you're Carleton, I don't know if the Scots have a shot on goal yet tonight.
And from the crowd, I really appreciate this from Barry Guiduli. We found out that A.J. Hagan is both a fullback and a junior, as the fourth captain of the White Squirrels.
A.J. Hagan. Thank you, Mr. Guiduli.
A.J. hails from Ithaca, New York.
Upstate New York.
He is a major of neuroscience with minors in both biology and psychology, and the Macalester men's hockey goalie. Another dual athlete here.
Martin, what do you know about neuroscience?
You know, neuroscience, I haven't taken any classes there, but it's certainly, there's a lot of overlap with what I study, which is biology and neuroscience. And you can just tell those people, they have a knack for seeing things in a different way, which is going to be fun to see how AJ sees the field tonight.
Well put, Martin. Well put. Slotted down. Number 4 chases it. Who do we have there on the roster, Martin?
No, we don't have number 4 on the roster.
No number 4 on the roster for the Scots. Unfortunate misprint. Switching fields. Guiduli takes his time. Nice touch. Takes his space. Oh, cuts around the defender. Takes his space again. Rips a shot just off the back of the Carleton defender.
It's nice to see a shot get off.
Off to Emmett on the right side. Takes his space in the box. Looks like he's dropping it off to Guiduli there. Slots it in the middle. Oh, man, what a chance. What a chance.
It was a perfect amount of patience on that. Just a hair late on the finish.
You know, that run, it seems, was just a tad late. It seems to be a common theme. The communication for the Scots has just been a hair off tonight, wouldn't you say, Martin?
No doubt.
And those best teams, they just have that unspoken chemistry, that unspoken communication. And I think that that's something that they're going to take into this next practice and really hone in on.
As a fresh team, you can already just be so impressed by how these players are interacting. But longevity speaks volumes, and we'll see what this team looks like in these later games of the year.
Macalester swarms. We have a
man
blown
down
of the
field.
whistle. Man down. Here we go. It doesn't look to be too serious, but anyhow.
Appears to be an ankle injury.
Prayers up for the Carleton squad, as they do not have too many substitutes to go around. So let's hope that we don't have to say man down anymore tonight. Stoppage of the clock, and now this is going to give me and Martin a chance to kind of talk about what we've liked to see tonight and maybe what we'd like to see in the second half. What do you think, Martin?
Well, this guy's still down, so we'll see if he can't shake this one off. The last thing you want to see in a match like this is an injury, so hoping for the best here.
Thanks to all those viewers at home. I really hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. I think we've really been impressed with, the community that this Macalester College club soccer team has built. And it really shows, it's a Wednesday night here. And what do you say? We've probably got almost 70 people here to watch our club soccer team. And, that's pretty impressive. Home opener. And I know for a fact that within the team, there is also a lot of friendships.
I don't know if you could have walked by any of these players today or any time in the last week and not had them mention something about this game. And I just think that speaks volumes to the outreach that they plan on doing and the outreach that they execute, as well as just the community that they're trying to foster here at Macalester.
And looks like the Carleton player is not going to return. Seems to be favoring that right foot pretty handedly, walking gingerly over to the sideline with the help of his trainer and the goalkeeper.
It looked to be a low ankle injury, but we will get back to you with the final diagnosis.
Now, I'm no expert, but oftentimes low ankle injuries, it's going to be a week or two. Thankfully, I was looking at the Carleton schedule, and it doesn't seem that they have a jam-packed game schedule for the next couple of weeks. But anywho, it's going to be a big loss with, as I mentioned, seems to be 3 or 4 reserves over on that sideline. Not much body to spare. Some subs in. Clarkson back up top. I'd really like to see him get going tonight.
Yeah, Milo, he was a really strong striker for the Macalester varsity team. And after a semester abroad, I think he's just shaking off the dust a little bit here. But we're excited to see, we know what he's capable of, and we're excited to see him have some strong plays up front.
Dropping it back. Let's get this thing back underway. Over Guiduli, was played every single minute of the match tonight with all those abundance of subs.
I don't think he wants that captain band leaving his shoulder anytime soon.
And I doubt it will, Martin. Plays it over to number 8, who is just checked in. We have a Giovanni Arredondo, Jordan, Minnesota native. Arredondo is a senior and his first year on the club team.
Let's talk a little bit about how this team formed up. So obviously we've mentioned Bruno's commitment to it, but a lot of these players come from the Malacca team, which is an intramural team that started with an abundance of international students. A shot here, cleaned up by the goalkeeper.
Strong run there, but still no pressure really on that Carleton goalkeeper. He's pretty much kept our attacking squad under wraps tonight.
That was Zavi Wernley.
Zavi Wernley with what seems to be our first shot on goal tonight. Number 23, Wyatt Welu, is also just checked in. Passes it up to Clarkson.
Couple passes string together there, broken up by Carleton. Riley Wood to clean things up.
Wood again, taking one off the chest.
And we can talk about Riley Wood's skill, but I think he's certainly being tested tonight by an accumulation of pace as well as skill, and just continuing to drive that ball down our half.
Martin, you couldn't have really said it any better. I think Wood is, and just a miscommunication there by Wood, and it rolls out of bounds for the Carleton throw-in.
For all those watching at home, the score right now is Carleton 1, Macalester 0, with about 9.5 minutes left in this first half. It's been competitive, lots of contact, and lots of aggression on both sides, but we're seeing great sportsmanship so far and a lot of team chemistry from both sides.
Number 12, Peterson for Carleton. Slots it up to Ziss. Ziss takes it in the middle, fires a shot. It's almost up through the goalposts. Ziss has been pretty scary for that Macalester defense tonight. He was the one who made that very, very, very dangerous run and then passed it off to his teammate, Musharage, for the finish.
And now back to these varsity players. The MIAC is one of the more highly regarded conferences nationwide for Division III soccer, and it's been really fun watching some of those athletes.
Oh man, dangerous chance here for the Scots. It just gets away from him. He fires a shot. Our kin in blue are screaming for a handball, but the ref swallows his whistle. I'm not sure what happened there, Martin.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either. But
over to Ziss.
It looks like
Ziss takes it.
Carleton is breaking at pace with menace here.
Here we go. A strong tackle from Darcy Meyer. Up to Clarkson. Here we got a varsity-to-varsity connection. It seems they have a strong run from Darcy Meyer. Over to the right side here. He's got a free shot on goal. He rips it, and it's a great save again. Just been a brick wall back there for Carleton. Now Macalester seems to be getting I don't know there, Martin. It looks to be number 12. But number 12 is Peterson on the field. So I don't know. We have two number 12s here for Carleton. So we apologize to any viewers out there.
Oh, the goalie is Johnny Chang.
Johnny Chang has been an absolute stud tonight.
He hasn't been tested too much, I will say. But when he has, he's come through and delivered for this Carleton squad.
And, you know, I was talking to the Carleton team before the game, and Johnny Chang is really the backboard of this night's team. The backbone of this night's team, excuse me. You know, it's not his first year being in net for the Knights, and I think we can see that tonight. He seemed calm, cool, and collected, even with what seemed to be a 1-on-0 there. Arredondo out of bounds. Arredondo, Clarkson, Ochoki. Excuse me, Cho. Arredondo, Clarkson, and Cho, the closest for the Macalester Blue.
And our consistent guys for the night have really been Theo Darcy-Mar, Bruno Baduli, and Riley Wood. Those guys have really held it down for Macalester.
Definitely.
As different players have circulated in and out, those guys have been our rock.
Takes his time. Up to Clarkson, he just misses him. You don't see that often from Baduli.
No, you don't see too much miscommunication.
Oh, man, a miscue by the Scots to see if they can capitalize. It just seems to be the way the Scots have gone tonight. What seemed to be
say they haven't seen the goal. It's just a matter of whether they can get a shot off on it.
That seemed to be a surefire goal, a miscommunication by the Carleton backfield. Oh, he slots it in.
Beautiful ball to the middle. And
just past the left side.
Just going to go wide. That shot came from number 18, which was Zavi Warren out of Seattle, Washington.
Seattle native. We have a ton of those here at Macalester. Very, very, very highly represented metro area. Goalkeeper, but Chang relinquishes it off to the center back, who seems to have a very strong foot as he rockets it well past the 50-yard line.
Taking a breath here is Macalester, just waiting to reset, but an unfortunate turnover there.
You know, I'd really like to see if the Scots can go into this half just down one, but, you know, Carleton seems to be having their way a little bit with the Squirrels tonight.
No doubt. Now we've got about
Clarkson, here we go. Oh, a nice skill move.
Yeah.
It's going to be off of Carleton's number 18, and it's going to be Clarkson with the throw-in. Clarkson over to Arredondo. Arredondo throws it into Clarkson. Surveys. Shifty move past the defense, but his teammate comes to clear it up. Baduli surveys.
The field here. Oh, strong high press.
Over to Wood. Wood passes it right to the other team. Thankfully, Baduli is there to salvage.
There's been a jolt of energy in this Carleton squad over the last 5 minutes. You've seen them both pressing on defense and pushing with up to 10 people on offense. Even a slide tackle there, you can just see they want this game. And if you're just tuning in, this rivalry runs deep, both academically and athletically. These two schools really go at each other and make each other better for.
Macalester packs in the box. Let's see what we can do here with another set piece. Up over the middle. Dangerous ball. Darcy Meyer gets a head on it, but it's just outside the left of the goalie.
And the cameraman's focusing on the ball. Just wait till it comes and hits him.
The cameraman down there on the baseline hit him right in the noggin. And hopefully he's okay down there.
He's looking to shake that off.
He's shaking that off, and I bet Macalester and Carleton's happy for that. They're going to want to see some nice photos after the game. Shout out cameraman.
That would be Brandon.
A bit of vulgar language from the goalie as he whiffs on the kick.
That would be Braden Mathias.
Braden Mathias, the photographer. Off of number 11, Clarkson. We just haven't really seen him get the opportunity tonight to really do something. You know, we know the skills there.
The ball at his feet, he's been able to do a bit, but just finding those through balls. And
Macalester's really had a tough time playing him in any sort of space. Carleton's really seemed to key in on him tonight. And if I was Carleton, I'd do the same. I'd say he might be the most dangerous player on this Squirrels roster. I think that's safe to say.
About 2 minutes left in this first half. Bruno puts the ball through the middle, a nice trap, and we'll see.
Flatness, miskicks it. Carleton defender number 8 gives chase, and it's going to be out of bounds. Darcy Meyer onto the track for the ball.
Now, we saw Sanjeet Devidayal in the first half so far, but he hasn't been in since about the first 10 minutes. And Sanjeet Devidayal is actually the all-time leading scorer for the Macalester White Squirrels.
You know, Martin, I don't know if that's true.
Oh, maybe I misspoke. Sanjeet was the leading scorer last season. But this team has more longevity than just the season.
But regardless, he's definitely somebody who can make it happen. I'd like to see them throw him a couple of balls and see if we can get some speed unhitched. A nice cross. Just a bit too strong. Guduli pats his chest and says, hey, my bad, guys.
You know, we're trying to figure out how we can zoom this camera in for you guys. Give us just a second to figure out this technical difficulty.
Viewers, you might have to bear with us for the rest of this first half. There seems to be about 30 seconds left, and then we'll see if we can't get that fixed over the halftime break.
About 17 seconds left. You can see both teams are certainly hustling.
Zis. Flatness. Retreats
9
it.
seconds on the clock.
7 seconds. I'd fire a shot here if I was Macalester. And nothing going for the Scots. They're going to go into the break down 1-0. Although we don't have a whistle from the ref. See what happens here. Guduli giving chase. Zis. The referee
clock
seems
has run
to
out.
be...
It appears that we've had 1 minute of extra time added.
Stoppage time has been added. I was unfamiliar with the rules. Number 4 slots it into the middle, and there's Wood again with his chest. Oh, a dangerous high kick. No call. Darcy Meyer giving chase. Flatness drops it back. Dallas slots it up.
Oh, a through ball now up the sideline. Let's see what Macalester can do from this position here.
Takes it over to the right. It's going to be a bit out of reach, but here's Arredondo take the tackle. Let's see what he can make of it. Slots it into the middle. Clarkson's going to have a chance here. Oh, and it's off the top left. That stoppage minute could have been huge for the Scots for the equalizer.
I just want to thank everybody watching this live stream tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. We've had a blast so far being your commentators. And we're looking forward to a really strong second half after we hopefully figure out some of these technical difficulties.
Strong tackle. This is a rather long minute. Number 5 from Carleton giving chase. Thankfully, Dallas is there to clean it up. And we have halftime. We are going to take a brief break here as the commentators. I would hope you all grab a beverage or a snack to enjoy the second half with us. We'll be back in a jiff. There's got to be a setting on the computer, right? I don't think. Try and hit it. What is that?
So just so you guys can put a face to the name, these are your commentators for the evening. I'm Martin Bernston.
I'm Eric Wentz, and here we are back. We've got about 15 seconds on the clock. It's going to be a strong second half. What would you like to see the Squirrels get done tonight, Martin?
I'd like to see the Squirrels get a few more shots on target. I think they've been strong in possession. I think they've been strong in the middle. But I think stringing a couple more like through balls up the side and through the middle, I think that we will hopefully see a few more chances here. Hopefully we fix the angle a little bit. The camera's not great for zooming, but we're doing our best here. But thank you all for joining us tonight. Eric, is there anything you'd like to add there?
No, Martin, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head. One thing I'd like to mention is something I was talking about earlier in the game. All those reserves Macalester has over there, I think it'd be best if they really just ended up. Sorry about that. We just got interrupted by a couple of Macalester faithful. We'll get this second half rolling, and we appreciate you guys staying tuned with us.
Thanks for joining us.
Go Scots.
Second half underway.
See those big, beautiful, bright lights there in the back, and we're underway.
Those lights aren't going to make it any easier for you guys to see. But
we have
Carleton already with a strong start here, putting the ball up to number 8.
We have a bit of a different starting look here for the Squirrels in this second half. It looks like they've moved Darcy Meyer in the back. Looks like he's playing a bit of defense here.
You know, he started at the right back position, and we'll just see.
Lytle makes the start in the second half, along with Emmett. We see David Ayal back in, and up top, along with. Help me out there, Martin.
Up top?
Up top, number 6.
Number 6 is Joaquin.
Joaquin Ochoki up top with David Ayal, giving the starting look for the Scots. And in back, we still have Wood, Dooley, and Dallas. And then rounding out the center is Cunin and JJ.
And now for Carleton, if you're just joining us, we've got Edward Murata, Patrick Moran, Maxwell Abandu, Will Lincoln, Johnny Chang out in goal, Ira Brady, Daniel Yang, Nick Foley, Matt Murashij, Simon Peterson, Saul Zeese, who had a very strong first half, Theo Thomason, Edgar Laredo, and reining it in is Austin Flan. These two teams are going at it in the first half. Eric, is there anything you'd like to see from the Carleton team this half?
You know, I would really like to see Carleton play to their strengths. And I think what's really helped them out here tonight is those long balls over the top. They've caught the Macalester faithful off their line, and that's what led to the first goal. I think there's some opportunity for them to continue doing that tonight.
No doubt. Macalester now working through the middle.
Threads it in. It's stealing. Here we got a counterattack. Plays it out wide. Out wide to the right side. And he jinks it over the top, just like I said. Darcy Meyer. Now, that's maybe why they put him in the back. He seemed to corral that one up pretty easily.
You can tell just with his varsity experience for the Scots, he's got a lot of calm and coolness in that backfield.
Lytle takes it up the middle. Just off the mark. Cunin. Strong tackle from Lytle, but here we are, number 14 for Carleton. Makes a nice cut, but there's JJ with the strong tackle. Runs into his own teammate, and I'm seeing a bit of poor body language right now for the Scots this early in the second half. I don't know if that's a good sign.
It's not. And
run down by Emmett, and a nice tackle, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Scots. I say you got to keep that energy up. Scots faithful are behind you, Squirrels. Up to David Ayal. Missed touch, but he's chasing it down. You know, he only played about 10 minutes in that first half, so I'd like to see a bit of pressure from David Ayal up top and see if he can't get something going for the Scots.
As far as explosiveness, I don't know if you're going to see anything better than David Ayal up front.
Nope,
I just think off the sprint, he's going to be a tough guy to beat.
JJ, and there he is for the run, like I said.
Through ball to Jeff. That ball is just a little bit long, fighting for it.
And what do we have here? Some sort of holding? Offsides, I'm not sure. It looked like he had David Ayal on the right. He might be a bit frustrated there, and I wouldn't be so surprised. You know, he had what looked to be a pretty easy path to goal there.
And I'd just like to give a shout out to our fans watching at home and appreciate your guys' comments. Felicia, Barry, Jen, and Jen. It makes our job very fun, and we appreciate you guys being here and being involved.
I did hear from a couple of people at halftime, Martin, that you might want to speak up a little bit.
Is that true?
I did hear that.
I appreciate you saying that. Now, the Macalester fans have not dwindled one bit. This school is still showing out for their club sports, and as the Wednesday night starts to turn a little bit brisk here, people are putting on their jackets and they're staying warm and staying loud for this team.
Oh, man.
As that ball goes out for what appears to be a corner kick.
And as Martin mentioned earlier, the Scots led the league in corner kicks last season and converted on, what'd you say, 6 of them?
There was six goals off corner kicks alone last year.
And I can't say they've played even more than 6 matches. That's a goal a match from a corner kick. That's pretty impressive with all things considered.
No doubt. So we'll see as motion happens. You see Sanjeet. He's got the hops of a bunny rabbit. Let's hope that he can do something here.
Bit of a low corner kick. Looks like we're going to get another shot at it.
See if we can draw something up to give our guys a chance at this one.
Some encouraging words back there from Jackson Powers, our goalkeeper, who has had a pretty solid night tonight. Over to Davey Dial, and he mistouches it. Not happy with himself there.
You know, I actually have the privilege of living with Sanjeet Devidayal, and I've had it's been a pleasure, and it's been great seeing how much he's committed himself to this game over the last couple of weeks. He's been hitting the gym, he's been staying active, and you can just tell it hasn't decreased his work towards his studies in any bit. I'm very impressed by the person he is, and very proud to be his friend.
That's a cool, fun fact, Martin. And that's one of the best things about Macalester is getting to know people. Over the top, Darcy Meyer just seems to be everywhere. And he has a nifty IQ play. Heads it back to his own goalie so his goalie can pick it up with his hands. You don't see that from anybody but a seasoned veteran.
Now you see Darcy Marr and Emmett DeJaneiro working together in this backfield, especially up on the right side, and now Riley Wood cutting through the middle. See what he's got in the tank.
He's taking his space. Far up there, slots it right to the Carleton defense. Not the best pass there, but I like the idea. Emmett comes out of nowhere with a strong tackle. Back to Darcy Meyer. Looks like he's got some space there. Slots Davey Dial up, and that's what we're going to see is the full speed. And he runs it down, almost gets there, and he's there. He's got the ball. Impressive sprint.
And he's kicking himself, but he did what he could on that one.
Over to DeJaneiro. Now I see a little bit of pep in the Scots step. Nothing there.
Sometimes you need a seasoned veteran like Sanjeet Devidayal to sort of fuel this team.
Looks like we've got a Carleton man down, and leave it up to Guiduli to have nothing but the best sportsmanship. And as you hear, we have some Macalester faithful chanting for Theo Darcy Meyer, who, if the Scots can get on the scoreboard, he might be my man of the match.
And I just think what a great play of sportsmanship.
Great ball, man.
Bit of camaraderie here. There's nothing better than that when it comes to a sporting event. That's why we play.
Now we're going to see Carleton make one more substitution. Number 8 is going off. That's Daniel Yan. He had a strong start in this game, and even in the second half, he's had 2 great runs already. So it's going to be hard to let him go, but we're hoping for something strong here from Macalester.
Second Carleton man down on the pitch tonight. We just hope that bus ride tonight isn't going to be too bumpy. So hopefully they get back safely, get in that ice bath, and they'll healed up for their game this weekend. Darcy Meyer plays it back to Wood. Wood sees Guiduli over on the left side. Surveys, takes his time.
Now we've got a Mac alum in the comments here. That is the mom of Sanjeet Devidayal, tuning all the way in from Mumbai, India. Jen, thanks for being with us. We're happy to have you. Sanjeet with the ball up front. See what he can do with it. Still fighting.
You know, it's just great to see the generations of Macalester. You know, we have alumni tuning in. And I think
Parents,
that just
friends,
really
supporters.
Parents, friends, supporters, you name it. I think that really speaks to the community of this tight-knit college. And we couldn't be prouder to represent these guys tonight.
And it's a community that this team has taken with them. as I mentioned before, I don't know if I saw Bruno once in the last 2 weeks where he didn't mention this game. I'm so impressed by the outreach of this team.
Over the middle, nice pass slotted into Cunin. Flatness makes the run on the outside. Takes his time, surveys.
Dooley's playing every position on the field right now and showing a bit of
Nice
skill
cut, and he's in the box. Oh, over to Ochoki in the middle.
Left.
But, you know, that's something to clap about for the Macalester fans. That might be the best shot they've had all night to score. And if that's any indication of how this second half's going to go, I think we're in for a nice night. What do you say, Martin?
I'm with you. I want to get these Squirrels riled up. I think if I were in the stands, I'd be shouting and hooting and hollering a little bit more than I am. But, we got to do my job first, and we'll get active soon enough.
And we have a Knights fan here representing all the way from Carleton, and we'll shout that out. Oh, here we go. Davey Dial's on goal. Rips it across. Oh, almost the assist. Just over the top, but again, an insane chance for the Scots.
The referee keeps his flag down. I almost thought we could have had an offsides there, but it appears not. It was a pure chance, and they're going to be kicking themselves to not put that one away.
All the way from New Jersey, Lisa Whitner, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate every amount of support and every viewer. Again, that Scots was almost tied up 1-1 there, just over the top of the net. It was all but tied up there, Martin.
Yeah, well, Carleton's still leading us, and you can see a little bit of a pep in the step for Macalester here. I think they've sort of been cruising in the last 5 minutes, so hopefully they can make something of it.
I think they're just starting to believe, Martin. I think they're starting to believe they belong in this game, and that can really speak a lot to what a team's capable of. Over JJ, one of our varsity players, slots it on the outside, and here's Emmett. Emmett takes a touch. Over the right. Oh, a big of a goal for Emmett, number 14. And this one is all tied up. We're really getting the crowd hyped up. And you can just hear the Macalester faithful in the crowd.
You have to be impressed with what Macalester just did there. You see a couple of hustle plays from some seasoned veterans like Bruno Guiduli and Sanjit, and I'd say that all starts with a strong tackle and a pass from Xander Lytle, all the way up to JJ, to a through ball to Emmett, and a goal.
What a strike from De Janeiro outside of his own 20. Slots it right past the keeper's hands, up and over his head. All you can do is watch and celebrate with that one, Martin.
No doubt. And now we've got that ball going out after a strong Carleton push for a Macalester goal kick. Powers getting another touch. It's his first time touching the ball. This is his third time touching the ball this half.
And now, for those of you just tuning in, we're tied up 1-1. Macalester just with the equalizer a moment ago. Let's see if they can coordinate. Up to Cantu. Cantu, hailing from Zambia, takes his speed across the middle, slots it in. It's going to be over, and there's no one there to receive the run.
Now a hustle play. Here we go from Joaquin. Joaquin will save it from going out of bounds and keep this attack.
Let's see. It's over to Wong on the left side. Slots it into the middle. Oh, he still has it across the middle. Clarkson's going to fire a shot. Stopped just short of the 6-yard line. Nice tackle by Cunin. Missed touch by Carleton. It looks like we have another night down. Oh, no. Over the middle. Cantu collects it. Back to Cunin, 17. Takes his time.
The Carleton player finds his way up. Happy to know that he's doing okay.
Darcy Meyer collects it in the back right side. He's going to have a chance to cross it in. This Macalester team just seems to be injected with some energy and some sort of life here. Fun to watch him play. JJ into the middle, has a shot. Oh, man! And Macalester doubles up on their goals in just a matter of minutes. It's JJ showing that former varsity prowess, slotting it into the top right corner. Nothing the goalie could have done about that one.
Now taking this momentum with them, let's see what else Macalester can do here. So impressed with how they've turned this game around in the second half.
From our angle, that one looked like it was going to be just high, but, it was just short of the goal post, and JJ knew right where he wanted to go with that one, didn't he, Martin?
He slotted that one. That's a pure goal. Macalester now rises to 2-1 against Carleton.
Doubling up on their previous one goal that happened just a moment ago by De Janeiro. 2 excellent finishes we've seen this half.
In just about 3 minutes.
Scott seemed to have something cooking. Let's see if we can have it rolling. Back to Powers. He corrals, surveys the field. Now decides to pick it up and throw it over to Darcy Meyer here on the short right hand. He's got De Janeiro to his right. He sees a couple of runs coming in. Slots a deep one. It's going to be over to Davy Dial, but there's a Carleton defender.
Macalester retains possession.
You know, they've done a good job holding possession tonight.
Now, JJ has been absolutely dynamic in this second half.
Man,
not only did he string together
and there
an
we
assist
go.
for the first goal, but he was actually able to put the second one in himself.
And wow, is he just stuffing that box sheet. You were right there. He's got 2 points on the night, an assist, and now a goal. He seems to be unstoppable in this first match.
No doubt. It's fun watching him now take his talents from the varsity team now to this club team and really show what he's made of.
It's Clarkson, Darcy Meyer, and JJ Thompson, who are the former varsity athletes for Macalester. And I don't know about you watching at home, but I can tell, you know, they have a bit of technical ability that some of these other guys just don't have. And I think there's a lot of Scots that are happy to be playing with them this year.
And you can see the same thing from the Carleton team. You've got Edward Marotta, Will Lenkenu, and Matt Murashige. And those three you've seen great things from.
Up to De Janeiro on the right side. He takes his space. Pass it over to Cunin in the middle. Cunin surveys, has a nice shifty cut up to Clarkson. A give and go. Cunin takes it. He switches fields. He's going to go over to the left side to Wong. Wong takes a nice touch. Handball looked like by Carleton. There's no call there.
Eric, I saw that as well. We'll see. Maybe the ref just had a tough angle on that one.
Cantu slots it. I'm not sure where he was going with that one. Nice tackle by Cunin. But there it is, Guidugli to calm things down. He says, slow it up. Here's JJ Thompson with the touch. Let's see if he can keep things rolling for this Scots team.
This has been a strong connection all night.
Oh, he slots it around. Nice move, but the Carleton help defense read that.
That ball is clear now for a Macalester throw-in. Darcy Marta cleaned it up.
Theo's got some fans here tonight, and I don't blame him. I'd be a fan of Theo. You know, watching him play tonight, he's really been, you know, this calm, kind of cooling presence for this Scots team. Not got the captain band on his shirt, but he's sure playing like one.
No doubt about that. And we've got, of our captains, I think 2 of them are going to be seniors, so it'll be fun to see how this program stays alive after this year and the foundation that Bruno and these other captains have set.
Strong tackle by Thompson.
Carleton now looking with a little bit of menace here. You can really see how those injuries affected this squad. The squad was moving and putting things together, and in the last little bit, you've certainly seen a cool down from them.
Strong tackle by Darcy Meyer, and Carleton Knight takes a tumble there. Good sportsmanship by Meyer. You know, I don't know what sort of changes the MAC squad made here at halftime, but they made some substitutions to start the half, and I think whoever made those calls was right in the idea that they needed to mix something up. Back to Wood here in the backfield. Him and Guidugli have been controlling, and they've played every minute of this match.
Wood hasn't been needed as much in this half so far. In the last half, you saw lots of balls going over his head, and you just saw him having to play to recover.
Over the middle, Ochoki. Emmett's going to have a chance to collect this one up and give another cross. Mistouches it. And the Carleton defense is going to have a chance to clear to his teammate. Over on the left side, they see if they can get something going happen. A counterattack, stringing it together. What a header by Wood. That might be his 10th of the night. He's going to be on concussion watch. Thompson takes his time.
Now Macalester's hit their flow state. You can really see that they're a lot more calm, cool, and collected here.
What a slide by Thompson. Guidugli with the cut. You know, he's a center back, but he's got some nifty skill work on those feet of his. Drops it back to Cunin. Cunin just, you know, he doesn't do much with his feet, but he really shifts people without those shoulder fakes, those head fakes. He gets the defenders going the other way without even having to do too much with his feet. It's really
center.
impressive.
Now this ball is coming back towards with Carleton against Macalester.
Here we have 3 Scots about to sub in. Clarkson giving chase.
Now is where you're going to start to see stamina be a factor. As we've mentioned, there have been 2 injuries for the Carleton team, as well as only 4 reserves to begin with. So now with 2 guys on the bench, we're going to see how much fitness and stamina play into this.
Carleton's got it tied up in the far right corner, and we have a foul. It's going to be a dangerous free kick spot for the Knights. Correction, it was a foul on the Knights. Looks like the Scots are going to have a chance to clear this away from their own half. One of the first times we've seen in this half Carleton get into their attacking third, and the Scots were there to tangle it up and get it moving away from their own goal. Here we go. Cunin slots it over to Guidugli in the middle. Guidugli has a couple of chances. Over to Emmett DeJaneiro running on the far side. Takes a touch, but it's poked away. Oh, a strong tackle by DeJaneiro. We play on.
If you're just tuning in, Macalester leads 2-1 against the Carleton Knights.
Dangerous ball, but Jackson Powers there with the very, very good communication to let his defenders know, hey, I got it. Powers over to Darcy Meyer. And, you know, every time Darcy Meyer touches the ball, it just looks like he's not in a rush. Clarkson makes the run, stops, pauses for a second. Now he's going to switch fields. Back over to Cunin. We've got a far side run.
Let's see what Macalester can do from this position.
Far side run. He's into the box. He's cut into the middle. Oh, and it's a dangerous ball, but it's cleared away by Carleton. It's going to be a Macalester corner kick from the far left side.
And like we said, we usually see one of these corner kicks go in every game, so we're looking for something big here.
You know, if anything, they're due.
And thanks again to all the parents, family, and supporters tuning in right now.
And we've got a score request here. It's 2-1 Macalester. They had back-to-back goals in the 56th minute and the 59th minute. Oh, dangerous corner kick by the Scots. Carleton lucky to go away with that one with nothing on the scoreboard. Thank you, Kim Mooney, for typing up the score. You have a helpful community here. Carleton dribbling it up the left side. We see some action. Number 5 taking his space. Slotting it over. He's got his guy in the middle. Carleton retains possession. Drops it back to their center back. Clears it over the top, and Wood is not going to make that same mistake again. You saw early in that first half, ball went over his head. This time, his first step was backwards. He knew that deep ball was coming, and instead of taking a first step forward to gauge the pressure, he went right back to play the ball. Here we go, number 23, dribbling it up for the Scots. Stays with it. He's got plenty of run. Clarkson sees it in the middle. He's got 2 of his fellow teammates in the center of the box waiting for it. See what he can do. He's got tangled up on that far left corner. Oh, a nifty move from Clarkson. Taken away by the help defender. Guidugli dribbles it up. Like I mentioned, he plays more of a center mid than a center defender. Oh, man. Darcy leans over it, and that's up through the uprights for 3. Not a bad chance. I think we could have got something better here, but I like the aggressiveness.
About halfway through this second half, it's been a Macalester-dominated half. They've really pushed forward, and they've pressed high, and you can just see that they're right now the aggressors. And like I mentioned earlier, I think that this Carleton team is struggling with injuries and maybe wishing for a few more substitutes at this moment, but they have not let down their guard one bit. And after a couple of cheeky and nice shots from Macalester, they are lucky to be ahead too.
DeJaneiro checks out, and we see number 3, Alex Dallas, check back in, the freshman who's had a strong debut. Davey Dial over. He's got space. He's got Cantu run in the middle. Passes it over. The assist. Insane pass and run. The Davey Dial Cantu connection succeeds in that 3-1 Macalester.
Mac is really taking control of this game, and just a beautiful run by Davey Dial and a selfish play to give that up to Cantu for a beautiful strike.
You know, he had a good shot, but that's been this theme tonight, giving up good for great. Davey Dial has a tough angle, slots it down the middle. and Cantu just in the right place at the right time.
And
What
I
a
said-
finish.
Like I said, I mean, Davey Dial spent weeks preparing for this game. It's been all he's talked about, all he's thought about. I mean, he eats, sleeps, and breathes the Macalester White Squirrels, and it's been fun to see him have an impact this early.
And I know he's got to be thankful for Cantu to be putting that one in the back of the net. That way he gets his name in the box score.
They call him Cantu, the cleanup crew.
Cantu, the cleanup crew, you heard it here first. That is Martin Bernstein's name for it. Martin here is a biochem major, senior, and also a captain of the Macalester Ultimate Frisbee team, of which they have a deep running rivalry with Carleton as well. Isn't that right, Martin?
Carleton's got a strong team. They play both in the D3 and the D1 divisions, and they actually just took home the D1 national championship this past year in Frisbee.
Just a year ago.
Just 6 months ago, they took that home.
And, you know, Martin is giving up some Frisbee practice time right now to be here. So if we could get some comments about that, it'd be well appreciated.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot that right back over to Eric Wentz. Eric Wentz is he's also a senior, a roommate and a good friend of mine, and he's going to be a statistics major, and he's a Macalester men's basketball player, but redshirting this year and hopes to play during his grad school time. And so we're hoping for the best for him, and hopefully we can see him play professionally abroad somewhere. But it's been a blast commentating with him today. Macalester is pushing up the field and keeping their foot on the gas.
You know, we've just seen a little bit of a spark, a jolt, if you will. Here we go. Dallas passes it over to Wood. You know, Dallas has been just everything tonight for the Scots. Key word there is just solid. Right place, right time. Not trying to do too much, but impressive for the first year.
And we've got a few freshmen on this team. As far as freshmen go, we've got Alex Dallas. We've got Owen and just Wyatt Welu, as well as Kamani Whitner-White.
3 freshmen making up this Scots team. Impressive for those 3 making their debut season.
No doubt about that.
A senior-heavy roster, no doubt, and that should speak well for the Scots heading into the postseason. Darcy Meyer, what a run.
That was going to be a tough one to trap, but he did his best there.
Yep.
Carleton is starting to look a little bit shaken here, but they have not given up. You can see their defense is still strong, and on transitions and on counter strikes, they are moving quickly.
You know, and that might not be the worst idea. I think you gotta.
And again, thanks to all the parents, family, and supporters watching this on live.
Looks like we have a sweeping call. The ref calls for a sweep.
We're looking forward to being commentators for this team for a while, for as long as we'll be here. And it looks to be a fun season just based on this opener. With about 18 minutes left in this first half, Macalester leads 3-1 on Carleton.
Having a couple of technical difficulties over here. We're just going to get those cleaned up for the viewers right now. And it looks like we've got my microphone back booted up. Sorry for any inconvenience there. Carleton had a chance, but Macalester nullified it with some good defense. Cantu takes it. Davey Dial is well off sides, but he likes the run.
He's calling for the ball, but I don't know if he really needed it there. So
Yep.
we see a little bit of wisdom there from the Macalester side. Now Carleton is bringing it back up the field. Hopefully they can get a good rest of themselves in here and start a hard counterattack.
You know, Carleton's got about 18 minutes. Let's see if they can slot out home a couple of goals, the equalizer. It's going to be tough. Macalester retaining most of the second half possession.
I've already talked about a few times the rivalry between these two teams. I mean, not only does it go from academics to athletics, but
Hey, are these two rivals?
these two are about as rivals as it gets. Two of the top academic schools in Minnesota facing off in a club soccer rivalry that's gone back many years.
Dallas over to Guaduli. Guaduli clears to Darcy.
There's such confidence at his feet, isn't there?
Back to Guaduli. They really seem to like that tandem. Oh, what a cut. Like I said, he plays like an attacker, but now he's a bit gimpy on that left foot. Looks like he's calling for the sub. Hopefully it's not too serious from the captain.
Now Macalester up the sideline. They're going to find
Over to
Milo
Clarkson. Oh, what a shifty cut.
inside.
He's got to run. Oh, looked like he had Davey Dial, but the window closed just as soon as he played it.
A high press from Riley Wood, followed by a high press from
Alex
Jets-
Dallas.
From Alex Dallas.
Wood, it's over the top of his head again.
Oh,
Thankfully, he has a nice clearance kick. Otherwise, Scots could have been in some trouble there, Martin.
and Bruno's
Bruno
really
is not
favoring that
looking
left
good. Let's
hamstring,
see if we can get a little bit of a stoppage in play and get the captain off his feet. He's done well tonight, and he's
still jogging off the field. Clap it up for Bruno. Hey, clap it up for Bruno.
and you hear the clapping in the distance for Captain Guiduli, and that was completely unprovoked. We did not tell anyone to clap. They did that on their own.
Bruno is strung together for himself a sensational 70 minutes, and we're sorry to see him go, but so proud of the impact he's left on this game.
And it looks like he's done enough for Macalester, barring any sort of wild comeback, to walk away with 3 points tonight and be atop the standings. The next game is Sunday at 7:30. Sunday, the 13th, at 7:30. They play Saturday, the 13th. They play Iowa State at 7:30 on their home turf. That's going to be a fun one. We're not sure what to expect from this Iowa State team. I hear they have a really strong goalkeeper, and we'll see what that's all about.
So now in for the Scots, we've got who just took over for Bruno there. Let's see if we can see him.
Wood and Dallas seem to be in the back, and then Flatness is also rounding it out.
And Austin Flatness, he's a sophomore, and he's out of Austin Flatness is out of Woodinville, Washington, and it's been really fun seeing his impact on this game. And even last year, he was a strong player.
He's been a guy who's gone under the radar tonight. You know, he's done well for Macalester Scots. We haven't been talking about him too much, but not that wasn't deserved. He's been solid for the Scots all around, playing balls when they've needed to be done, solid defense, and being a really good communicator for this Scots team.
Absolutely. Now
Dropped off.
Deep to Giovanni.
Orodondo touches. See if he can keep it in bounds, and he does. He does well, too. Shifty move, but the sideline ref says no can do.
That's coming back for Carleton.
Just under 15 minutes and a tick left. We will see what Carleton has cooking. They are down to one substitute, a lonely guy down there on the bench. Let's see if he comes in and makes some things happen.
Now Macalester in the middle. They're moving the
Over
ball.
the middle is Darcy Meyer, who's taking the night off for the rest of the night. And here's Dallas, plays it into the middle. Flatness takes it in. Inside, rips a shot down left. It's dangerous for the goalkeeper, just outside of the outstretched hands, but it's also wide of the woodwork.
That was a close shot. Now we've got some fans showing their support with a couple of large heads. Now these represent Bruno Guiduli and Sanjit Devidayal. Olivia, would you like to show these off? Hold on.
This is the Macalester
There's
faithful here.
Bruno.
Captain Guiduli, as
And
well
there's
as
Sanjit.
Sergeant Davy Dial.
You can just see the Macalester fans here. They're just living in it.
I mean, it's hard to get through these stands with how full they are. Over across the middle, number 19 has a nice touch to the outside. A little bit of a miscue there. It's thought he had Giovanni on the run. Giovanni thought he was going to play it down the center.
And even with these injuries, you can just tell Carleton's working their butt off for this game, and these center backs look gassed, but they have not let up one bit.
Props to them. It really looks like Carleton's going to have a strong season. I think Macalester is going to be top of the pool, so a loss here does not signify anything as the rest of the way goes.
Macalester keeping pressure on.
Giovanni has been a spark plug over on that left wing. Looks like he's done well to secure a corner kick for the Scots.
Even in the first half, it was a quiet first half for Macalester, but we ended up seeing Giovanni really driving the ball down on that left wing. So
let's see that big left foot of his, see if he can whip something in. We've got a stacked box full of blue and white jerseys.
We're due for a corner here. Let's see what we can do.
Short of the pitch.
Cantu
traps it.
The ball is clear for now. A fight over the header, and that will go back in the way of Carleton.
Carleton done well defending the Scots on these corner kicks, as we've mentioned before, the league leader in corner kicks attempted last season, as well as 6 goals. Carleton has had nothing for Macalester to do with these corner kicks tonight. And Conte with the counterattack pressure slots it across the middle. Here we go. We've got a chance for the Scots. He continues to fight. Nope. So, and Carleton does well to clear.
Number 18 is Zavi Wernley.
Zavi Wernley, another one of the freshmen that we have sophomore, excuse me.
Zavi's a sophomore out of Seattle, Washington, a geography major, and he was one of 24,970 home births in the U.S. in 2006.
Well, there you go.
What a way to
shout out to Javi's mom. That is no easy feat. And another Carleton man goes down hard on the track. This one might have to get called early, Martin.
It's the last thing you want to see. These injuries have just been plaguing this Carleton squad.
It's just been a hard-fought battle. Looks like we're going to get a stoppage of play here. And I think the captain should really discuss calling this one early. I don't know. Carleton just doesn't seem to have the reserves for this type of grudge match.
I think coming out of summer break, sometimes these legs aren't as fresh as you want them to be. Maybe they're not as loose, and you can start to see some injuries like this. So hopefully they can get these all taken care of and squared away and come back strong for the next game, as we saw them do in the first half.
Typically, Martin, what we've seen tonight have been some lower leg injuries, which are never good. You know, it could be anything from cramping, maybe a swollen ankle, but I wouldn't expect too much more. So hopefully, like you said, these guys will drink some pickle juice, get squared away, and we'll be seeing them this weekend.
No doubt about that. Jen Kenobi, you and me both. It's you never like to see injuries happen and they ruin the game, and
looks like we have a Scott down on the field too.
Just stretching.
Just stretching. Seeing the Carleton guys go down, he said, "Hey, I don't want that to be me." We have Macalester men's basketball stud Ryan Brush in the crowd tonight. Led the MIAC in 3-pointers last season, hoping for another great season for the Scots. Strong senior campaign for Ryan Brush.
Ryan, give us a smile. Well, you can't see him in the camera there, but.
And all the way on the other side, it's actually a star-studded crowd tonight. Gymnastics guru Brandon Kim from the University of Minnesota stopping by to say hello for the Scots. And we're not done just yet. All-conference golfer Bailey Langfelder has now just stepped in with a course record of her own this season. Throwing for Carleton, they look to get a counterattack with about nothing going. The Scots have had some high pressure. Inside the box here, takes a nifty move, crosses the middle, and the run is just off the timing.
The run just early there from Cantu, but a great drive into the middle from number 8 there, which is Giovanni.
Cantu had a really nice goal earlier, if you missed it. Just snuck in from Davy Dial and slotted it right past the keeper. Had to move in one direction, kicked it the other way. Cantu, hailing from Zambia, has got some strong legs.
And that's not the only thing about him that's strong. I would say that his passing today is really impressive.
Yeah, I agree. Last year he was more of a play finisher. Yep. And tonight I could really see him buying into that playmaking role.
Well said.
A missed touch by Carleton Zeese, and it's going to be an out-of-bounds throw-in for Dallas.
If you're just tuning in, we have about 10 minutes left here. The score is Macalester 3, Carleton 1.
Here we go. Flatness slots it over. We have some space on the far left side. Giovanni making the run up the middle. Doesn't hit him, though. Now it's time. And a strong tackle for the Macalester faithful. We don't want another Carleton player to go down.
We're still playing aggressive, and we got to watch ourselves here. As 3 men have already gone down. Actually 4, including the Scots captain, Bruno Guiduli.
Guiduli played an all-out game tonight and left it all on the pitch. And I think that all of his teammates will be glad for his play tonight.
And you can see him just getting loose over on the sideline, and it looks like he's going to be okay. Just maybe a little bit of yoga tomorrow morning, and I think we'll be back where we want to be.
If nothing changes tonight, it looks like we're going to end with a Scots victory, barring any sort of unforeseen comeback. Giovanni does well to keep it alive there in the center. Hits it across, and it's knocked away by the Carleton defense.
A strike from Flatness, but that's going to go nowhere.
A high-up header Number 4 for Macalester gets way up the ladder for that one.
And one thing that we saw is just how we've got tall center backs from the Carleton team, and they've been able to keep those corners out and keep Macalester at bay as best as they could. Well said,
Nothing
Martin.
going here. Nothing going here. Over to Dallas. Takes his time. He's got plenty of space. Dallas, just a freshman, slots it up. Flatness makes the play. He's got Giovanni. Nothing going. Carleton sniffed it out. Darcy Meyer has now switched over to left back. He's done well with a physical play there, and the ref blows the whistle with what I do not think regarding a foul.
All right, we're going to send you down court. We're going to send you down field side to Claire Fabian, who's going to give us a little more insight on Bruno's injury. That is not true. Claire Fabian lied. Bruno has only tweaked his hamstring. He'll be fine.
We will not be going back to Claire ever again.
Oh, a near opportunity from Carleton there. For any fans who might be afraid there, Bruno Guiduli is fine. He's just tweaked his hamstring. He should be back by the next game.
It was a miscommunication between the sideline and the commentator. That is our fault, folks. It was a tweaked hamstring. Nothing serious.
Happy he's okay. Now, folks, if you're tuning in, we've got about 7.5 minutes left. As Macalester is looking around this game out with 3 goals to 1. We're starting to see a few more underclassmen make their debut here for the Squirrels.
A number 15.
A number 15, which is Ari Cohen, who's been in.
He's been in.
But a number 32, AJ Hagan.
AJ Hagan has also been in. But they're now getting some more minutes on the box score. Nice throw in by Dallas. Number 19 has a nice touch. Over across the way. Chased down by number 18, who's very fast, and it's just cleared away by Carleton. They were in a dangerous position there.
One guy we're excited to see come into the game is Fabian Flores Solano, a sophomore out of Mexico City who's a double major in economics and political science, and he loves to cook.
He played some summer soccer this year and was really dominant in his league. I'm excited to see what he can bring to the Squirrels pitch. Over to Dallas. He corrals it. Across the middle. He's got 2 there. Cleared away by Carleton, and really Carleton's just trying to keep that goal differential, it seems. They're not really trying to do any sort of attacking as this game is almost over.
You must say, in that first half, Carleton looked scary, and going up 1-0, it didn't look like they were looking to let their foot off the gas at all, but I think injuries have plagued this team, and it's a real shame to watch them not play at their highest level.
Darcy Meyer with an absolute pinnacle of a ball there. Slots it over to Giovanni, number 8, running down the left sideline. Kicked away by Carleton. It's going to be a dangerous Scott's throw-in.
And I'd like to just shout out the player, Zavi Warrenley. I just think that, so Zavi's a sophomore out of Seattle, Washington. I've been really impressed with how he's held down the middle. With the touch there, actually, he's going to fight for the ball, but Carleton's looking to just clear it out.
Dangerous play there. It's over to Cohen. Takes his time, and it's out of bounds. Knight's ball.
Now you can see some of these players starting to get a little bit tight. People favoring certain legs, and you're just hoping that the game goes over smoothly.
You know, these early season games are always going to be tough. Soft tissue injuries, tweaked here and there. All these athletes are going to be able to work through it. No problem. I'm confident about that. Stretch, ice, drink some water, and they'll be all good for practice tomorrow.
Now, I will say we are experiencing the computer is running low on battery, so if the live stream cuts out, there's a chance that the computer died. But as of now, Macalester Scots lead 3-1 with about 4.5 minutes left to go.
4.5 to go for the Scots. Martin just said we've got about 1% here on the battery, just ticking down.
Sanjeet Devidial is strong on the field. As far as tech goes, he didn't set us up all too good. He gave us about a third of his battery for this game, and we've stretched it far. So hopefully we can finish it out for you. But if not, thank you all for tuning in. And we are happy to provide commentary for you tonight.
And again, that next Squirrels game is going to be Saturday the 13th at 7:30 Central Standard Time right here at Scott Stadium. We've got a counterattack. Number 18 finesses it over. Giovanni's over the ball into the box. He's got another chance. And the goalie slots it away. Strong from
Johnny
Chang, making his presence felt in the net.
Johnny Chang has had a strong night. He's had to face against some strong strikers from Macalester, but he's certainly done his best to keep them at bay.
Slotted in, and there's Powers with seems to be his first save of the night, although I don't even know if that one was going in.
That one was going in, Eric.
3.5 minutes to go. And if I want to finish my statement earlier, 7:30 Central Standard Time, Saturday evening right here at Scott Stadium. The Squirrels are going to take on
Carleton
the
on
Iowa State Buckeyes.
Carleton on the counterattack here. Number 11, he's going to push his way through. Number 11 is Saul Zeese.
Saul Zeese, who had a nice assist earlier,
Puts it out for a Carleton.